Hi everybody, I'm back with my weekly catch up. Last week I posted my video just ahead of walking out of the door to the Sewcial, and actually it was the last day of a few days of sewing events. On Friday we'd had our mini colour analysis and fabric event with Chelsea from Radiantly Me, which was a really fun event. So we've already put the next one on the timetable. I think that's November, the next date. And then on Saturday was the second week of the beginners course, so they made a bag and are all getting on really well. And then Saturday afternoon there's the regular dressmaking class, and then Sunday was the Sewcial. So the Sewcial was really good fun. I kind of predicted that I wouldn't do much sewing, and in fact I did absolutely no sewing whatsoever. But that was fine. I had such a great time just catching up with people and chatting, and there was quite a few new people, so it's great to meet them and to chat to them as well. So it was a really fun event. And one of the things I did actually in the morning at the event was just have a little kind of breakout group where I invited people to bring some clothing from their wardrobe or some fabrics that they don't know what to make with, and we could chat about it as a group. Because I think that kind of thing actually can be really helpful to do as a group, because you can kind of throw different ideas in the pot. And you can get stuck if you're, I find for me, I can get stuck if I'm just sitting there thinking, you know, what's wrong with this garment? I can't figure it out. To sort of say, oh, this is not, you know, making me happy, I don't want to wear it, in front of a few other people, you can generate some different ideas. So it was quite nice because there was a mix of talking through techniques for altering and mending and different ideas around that, and then there was looking at some clothing that, you know, people weren't happy and weren't wearing. So there's a bit of a mix, so that was quite a nice little breakout group, and it actually inspired a bit of what I'm going to talk about in the second half of this, which is my big wardrobe sort out. So I'm going to go on to that in a minute. The other things that have been happening is I've had a huge amount of people contact me for testing my complete beginners course, so I will be getting in touch with people over the next few days as to whether, you know, I'm interested in going further, but I am only looking for 5, so it may mean that I'm not able to get back in touch with everybody that's applied, because there has been quite a lot, but I will be in touch with the people, you know, that I think will be the right for testing it. Like I said, I'm going to talk a little bit about the sorting of my wardrobe, and one of the things that has brought up for me is looking at refreshing some of my staple garments that I wear a lot. So one of them is my Lynn sweatshirt. So I thought I would just show you this now, because this is a really great project. Initially I designed this as an overlocker project, because this garment can be made entirely on the overlocker with no other machine needed. And I do have the Lynn sweatshirt as men's sizes in Dean or Theodore for kids. So this is just a classic sweatshirt, and I think I've just found it perfect for the winter months when you just want a casual jumper to throw on. So it's really nice in sort of cuddly sweatshirt fabric. I've made them for workout wear, so whether it be French terry or sweatshirt fabric. They can be made in lighter weight fabrics if you want a slightly summery version. So I thought today I'd just show you some fabrics that I've got in stock that I think would be great for this. And like I said, there's the 3 different sizes, so you could make the kids one or the men's one, or you could have a matching set. So it's quite a nice base if you want a fun sort of Christmas jumper and make them all in the same fabric for the whole family. Or you could do matching with somebody, you know, whether it's a guy or a kid. So I thought I'd just show you some of these, because they are also very quick to make, and I've got lots of lovely combinations in stock. So these are a selection of dead stock loop back, so they're like a French terry, quite a heavyweight sweatshirt, and there's quite a few of these in the range. They have been selling quite well because they're really fun, so I think these would be great for kids. I really like this one with the really bright colours, so I was thinking little kids would be, these would be really fun, and I like this teamed with the royal blue ribbing, so I thought that was quite a nice combination. This is one I'm quite tempted to make, which is this gorgeous jacquard jersey from Mind the Maker, and this is a really stunning jersey. This is a lovely grey and a kind of greeny colour, and I've got this, a little bit of this grey, dark grey rib, so I think that would make quite a nice sophisticated sweatshirt. I've definitely got a few more of these on my radar because I think the ones that I've been sorting out are getting quite worn out. I've got a few of these recycled kind of Marley type sweatshirts, and these have got a really lovely soft fleece back. So I've got this in an oatmeal colour, and I've got this lovely terracotta, and I've got a navy blue as well. And then I also have, I haven't got that many prints, but there's a little bit left of this gorgeous squirrel print. I don't know if you can see that. You can see the print there. This is lovely line art little squirrel, and I think actually that teams best with black. So you could make this with contrast black sleeves and black rib, or you could make it all in the squirrel print and then just put the black ribs and cuffs. So you can really play around with it. It's a very simple design, and like I said, it's super quick to make this, so they're quite fun. I love this shell pink colour. I don't have a matching rib for this, but it is a really gorgeous colour. It's got a very soft back, and this is an organic sweatshirt fabric. You could team this with a tonal pink, which would be quite nice. I do have this kind of soft pink colour, but this one has a matching sweatshirt fabric, or very sort of close tonal, which is quite nice. I have actually got one made up in this. So it's very comfortable to wear, it's not too heavy, so it's quite nice, it's very versatile. You can sort of team them up over tops. This one that I'm wearing isn't actually the Lynn sweatshirt, but it's a very close sort of similar style. But yeah, I thought I'd just show you those, but like I said, I'm going to switch over to YouTube now and talk through some of this wardrobe sorting that I've been doing. So to start with, this is a little bit in the vein of the colour analysis thing, and it's also, I think, especially when you very first start sewing, you can get overwhelmed with all the array of fabric colours and patterns and prints and lots of exciting things, or even if you buy clothes. But I think it's kind of a little bit worse in a way if you make clothes, because you can spend a lot of time and effort and money making these beautiful clothing, to then discover actually it's really not what you want. So I try to work out, you know, what is my style, what do I like, and what colours are good for me, and what do I look good in. And I think with the colour thing, if you can kind of bring that into your wardrobe, actually if you start to get the colours that do work for you, your whole wardrobe becomes a bit more cohesive because the colours all work together. But anyway, I discovered, having looked through my wardrobe and really sort of analysed what I wasn't wearing, that I'm not great with florals. I always admire florals, I think they look really good on other people, I love the fabrics when I see them, but actually I tend to just not wear them that much, and I don't know what it is. I still love them, but they're just not me. So this is a beautiful Liberty blouse, a Liberty print blouse that I made, I would probably say maybe 10 years ago, and it is always in my wardrobe because it's beautiful fabric, it's not particularly worn out, and I love it. I think it's gorgeous, but I just don't wear it. So this is the kind of thing that I'm thinking, you know, this is the kind of time when you think, well, what should I do with it? It's not worn out. So I kind of have a bit of a hit list of options. So there's Vinted or eBay selling it. There's charity shop if you think it's saleable and, you know, could benefit a charity shop. There's reworking or, you know, making it into something else in a different, other than a garment. And so this is definitely falling into the category that it's not really me anymore. I did wear it, and at the moment I'm thinking along the lines of a project that isn't clothing but remaking it and using this gorgeous fabric, because I still absolutely love this fabric, but it's just not a fabric that I want to wear. So that's my kind of first category. So let me go on to my next category. So my second theme here is, when do you give up on, when do you kind of give up on a garment? So these are my violet leggings, and I wear them a lot, and these are the pair that I had made for the photo shoot for the violet pattern. So they are, I don't know, I think it might be about 3 years old or maybe a little bit less, but like I said, they are my go-to leggings, and I think because I've started to go out to yoga classes, I've started to think a little bit more what I look like when I'm training. So I wear these for running and for other kind of exercise, and they still are fine, and I still will keep them. I'm not going to get rid of them because they are still one of my favourite pairs, but I just want to show you this. Look how much they've faded. This is the original colour of the fabric. So the question here is, when, you know, really, when do you give up on something? I mean, if this was something that I wore day to day where lots of people saw me, I must admit I'd probably feel a little bit scruffy. But like I said, they are actually still fully functioning and they kind of look okay. But when you see them next to the original fabric, you think, wow, they are really quite faded and worn out. So it's a bit of a question mark, and like I said, I think if this was something that I wore day to day, I'd probably think it's about time for this to go. But I don't know what you think about that. I can't decide. I feel I'm not going to get rid of them actually, because I do wear them a lot and I don't mind them that colour, and I don't really think if you didn't put that next to it you can really see that they're that faded. They look okay, but yeah, very worn out. My next category of clothing is the precious clothing that you keep but you never wear, and mainly precious under the either sentimental or very expensive. So this one fits into the latter. I don't know how long I've had this jacket, probably maybe well over 10 years. I got this beautiful lovely leather jacket from Toast, which was my favourite brand that I used to love going to the sale when I did buy clothes, because they do have really great sales and they have gorgeous clothes. And this leather jacket is the softest, most beautiful leather you could ever imagine. Even though it was in the sale, it was still extortionately expensive. But I kind of thought at the time of buying it that I was buying an investment piece that I would live in and love, and it was classic. And I still think it is an absolutely beautiful jacket. And let me just put it on to show you. Unfortunately, it's just not me. And I think the problem with it is the epaulets at the top. And that's, in my mind, what I think's wrong with it. I'd love to hear what you think about it. Like I said, it fits perfectly. It still fits perfectly even though it's really old. It's virtually unworn, and I have looked at taking the epaulets off and seeing if I could wear it, but I think what happens, and when I've did a bit of research, I've discovered that my body shape is an inverted triangle, so things like double-breasted and epaulets and shoulder enhancing stuff is really not a good look for me. I'm also quite big busted, so all in all this was a really bad choice of shape, I think, for me. And however I wear it, I don't seem to be able to style it in a way that I feel comfortable in. So this is one of those items that just stays in your wardrobe and you think, you know, what am I going to do with it? And because it was so expensive, I can't just justify popping it in the charity bag because it was so expensive, and it is a beautiful piece of clothing. So this at the moment is still in a kind of heap of clothing that I just don't really know what I'm going to do with. I am going to potentially look at selling it, but where, I'm not sure, because I don't think Vinted is really the right marketplace. Then my last piece of clothing, and this is a heap of, I haven't worn it for ages and ages and ages, and then when you put it on you think, why not? So let me show you this. This I made again probably about 5 or so years ago, and there was a kind of rework incentive. I think it was called the Refashioners by Portia, I can't remember the name, the Makery. And she had this amazing incentive to rework or refashion some clothing, and I loved taking part in it. And I reworked this jacket out of old suit trousers or jackets or something, I can't remember, there was a bit of a mix. And it's been hanging in the wardrobe, and I thought, you know, I like it, but it's just one of those things that just hangs in the back of the wardrobe. But then when I put it on, and probably isn't going to look the greatest with this, but I thought, why am I not wearing this? I think that I love that. I just think this is such a great little jacket. So this is one of those that now I'm thinking, well, this is one of those times where you can think, well, what can I wear it with? So I'm going to spend a bit of time trying to find some other items of clothing and get this out again and wear it. But yeah, those were my my 4 kind of main sections. And then obviously there's the repair heap, there's things that I'll put away in the wardrobe, and you're not wearing it because it's got a hole in it, you need to repair it. So those, I think, are just you need to have a sit down session and just get through some of those repairs and alterations and get them done, and then they're back in circulation. And it's a really satisfying feeling to get to the other side of that, even you know, if you're like doing it on your own or do it with a few friends, that's quite a nice thing. And then there's the other things that when I get to the things that I'm not wearing, like this, I try to work out why I'm not wearing it, because I really want to sort out the reason why I'm not wearing it, so I don't make the same mistake again, because I do kind of tend to like quite classic styles, so they're not particularly dated, but I just kind of want to figure out why I'm not wearing it. I mean, there's obviously the time where you do just get tired of some of your clothes, and it does make it a bit tricky, because I'm always about trying to keep my wardrobe as sustainable as possible and not have things that are not worn, and not have things that I only wear once. I like to have things that I wear a lot of times. But I just think it's quite interesting to have a look at your wardrobe, and I'd love to hear, like I said, I'd love to hear your thoughts and see what you think. And do you have any of these kind of problems? Do you have things that are stuck at the back of the wardrobe and never surface? But yeah, so that was my thoughts for this week. So I shall see you again next week.